When life encounters other life, there is a change, sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse. As the psychologist Carl Jung wrote, the meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed. This book is about practical spiritual transformation. As a writer and editor who has spent over 10 years not only working with some of the greatest spiritual teachers of our time, from popes to priests to nuns to gurus to scientists to self-help experts, but also searching in my own life for what St. Ignatius would call God in all things. I've come to see that everything has a spiritual component: our jobs, families, relationships, suffering, finances, health, emotions, disappointments, joys, and sorrows. This means that the love you feel for your spouse or partner is spiritual. The fear you have when you look at your bank statement is spiritual. An unexpected pregnancy is spiritual. The anxiety you experience when you're worried about your teenage son and his friends is spiritual, as are the sometimes rocky relationships you have with your friends and colleagues. It also means that there is a spiritual element to political conflict, social revolutions, the environment, and even the jerk at the supermarket who rammed his cart into the back of your foot and was rude to the tired checkout clerk. As St. Ignatius taught, the spiritual life isn't something separate from everyday life. It is everything and everyone, which means that even minor changes that you make to your exterior life, for instance, how much sleep you get or how you react to problems at work or at home, can have an important impact on your deeper inner life, and vice versa. I have written this book in a way to make it accessible to all readers, regardless of religious or spiritual backgrounds, or lack thereof. Meaning, I have intentionally tried to limit the amount of God talk in these pages, though God is never far away from my intent. And let's be honest, there's still lots of God in here. St. Ignatius, the muse for this book, as well as the muse for just about everything I have ever written, believed that to experience a fulfilling life, we need to seek the sacred in all things, even the small things that make up a life. From how we respond to a smile, talk to a child, or even how we treat our pets, God is always there, always present in all that we do and even what we don't do. As someone who's tried to make Ignatian spirituality, or the spirituality of everyday living, a part of how I work and raise a family, I have seen the fruits of paying attention to the small stuff, especially the power in making small changes. This book encourages you to take a look at a few small things you might take for granted and consider making small, simple, and incremental changes, something I like to call microshifts, that over time can lead to radical transformation in your mind, body, and soul. Microshifting is not effortless, however. As with any sort of positive life change, the art of the microshift requires time and commitment. And while I offer a number of practical tips, ideas, personal stories, and what I like to call spiritual life hacks to help you along, this book is really meant to assist you in pondering the great gift that is your life and seeing ordinary things in extraordinary ways. Ultimately, it's about doing small things with great love. And all it takes are some small shifts in the way we look at everything around us. Chapter 1. Microshifts. A microshift is a small change in the way we do things, in the way we perceive life, in the actions we take, or in the way we understand our feelings and emotions. There is a well-worn assumption that people don't like change, but that's not really true. No one wants change if that change is going to make life miserable. But if someone surprises us with a free trip to Paris, or the doctor gives us a clean bill of health after we've been struggling with an illness, or a friend forgives us for a mindless transgression on our part, well, that change feels pretty good. Bring on some change. Still, change can be scary. I know. I'm one of the most frightened people in the world. I feel fear all the time. I'm afraid of failure, of disappointing others, of economic downturns, of losing my hearing, my hair, and my mind. I'm so afraid that I'm afraid of being afraid. I'm like Charlie Brown when his friend Lucy asks if he might be suffering from pantophobia, the fear of everything. "That's it," he exclaims, finally able to put a name to his ever-present sense of dread. Even so, one thing I'm usually not afraid of is making small changes. They don't seem as intimidating as making huge life shifts, such as switching jobs, moving to a new state, or undertaking a major home improvement project.